find the reason. Where did I went wrong? Were your actions I could never understand? I guess it was a good time.
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent sound crew, DJ Trev. Today we are looking at the Pioneer PLX-CRSS12. I want to say it's the Cross 12, PLX Cross 12. You already know the vibe. If you're on this video, you know about this. I am so excited about this turntable. As usual, the bottom line up front, this thing is nice. I love it. All right, let's get into it. So I want to say that I feel like we've been wanting something like this for a long time. Just like that perfect blend of a turntable and a controller. You know, Newmark did it first with the NS7, right? But that was a 7-inch. And then we had a few other things. We had the Rev 7 come out, but this is the real thing. It's a real turntable. You can play real records with the needle and then just ride over with your single USB-C cable. I'll show you the ports in the back in a second. The PLX Cross 12, we're gonna call it the Cross 12 for the sake of this video. I'm not gonna say CRSS all the time. But the PLX Cross 12 makes it really easy to connect to your favorite software. So you obviously have Serato, which you can see right there, and then you also have Rekordbox. In order to connect this to your computer, all you do is plug in a USB-C cable over to your computer. By default, this is going to be on analog mode. So you're going to click needle mode and go to digital mode. And there's only 2 different modes. Before we go further, just notice for a second, there's only 3 buttons. And it's the only buttons you need up here. So it's really easy. It's very user intuitive. So you put on digital vinyl, because we're going to be using digital music. You select your application. It should be Serato by default. And then this is deck 2, but if you wanted to change it to deck 1, you could change it to deck 1. Oh, I didn't even notice. You can go to deck 3, deck 4. So you can actually have 4 of these going. But yeah, deck 1, deck 2. So we're gonna have this at deck 2. Also, an important note about how easy this thing is to just connect is that you plug it in through the USB cable to your computer, and Serato already knows what to do. You have to do nothing else. Nothing else. You just put Serato in relative mode. You make sure your deck number is right, and that's it. There's no phase manager. There's no tweaking the turntable CDJ settings. Nothing. You plug in, you're good to go. Of course, you have your tempo fader with your reset button to 0 in. You have your tempo range button to go from 8, 16 to 50. You have your step pitch button. Let's talk about that. So you can see here I have step pitch on, and it's at A4. What this does is it eliminates all the tones in between the next semitone or the next key. So I'm moving this up here, and now it's going to become A sharp 4, but all this way in between here, it's A4. The record's gonna speed up, but it's not gonna change the pitch until it gets to that next semitone. So it just eliminates all the rest of the tones in between. So to show that, demonstrate that, I'm gonna play the record. It's playing. And the record is playing faster, but the pitch hasn't changed. And now it has. I moved it up. Now you're gonna see I'm gonna move it up to 2. It's gonna get faster, but the pitch isn't gonna change. It's gonna lock the pitch. And then it becomes B4 and raises it. And then as you go more, C5, all right, and so forth. And then you can reset. So this is pretty cool. Personally, I don't know if I would ever use it, but I've never seen anything like this before. It's a really cool feature. I just right now, my creativity doesn't know how to incorporate this into my sets yet, but I'm open-minded about it. Now down here, you have your hot cues, you have your samplers, right?
Excellent sound.
You're rocking with DJ Trev of ESK.
And then you can go into stems. You have a scratch bank, which is pretty cool, right? So you can load that up. The other thing is if you only have one side, as I have one side here and I have my PLX-1000 over here, right? You can instant double. And on top of that, you can also press the hot cue button twice and it'll bring it into your roll mode. And if you press the sampler button twice, it'll bring you into your save the loop mode. So on this section, of course, you have your start stop button. You have your 33, 45 RPM speed buttons. This button, I'm not too sure why this is really here, because what happens is, all right, so let's say you click play, right? And you hit motor off. It's like, all right, it cut the motor, but you can still manipulate the song in Serato. And it's just like, why is this, like, why would I use this? I don't know why anyone would use this, because it doesn't change it. It's literally just stop, but on a long brake mode. And by the way, you can adjust your brake down here from very sharp to like normal to very gradual. So I don't know why this button is here. If you know why, tell me in the comments. Of course, I'm using my M447s to try out the record. The tone arm is the tone arm. It's your regular tone arm. There's nothing crazy fancy to say there. It works. I think it's the same exact thing from the PLX-1000. So yeah, there's not much more to say there. One thing that I did find a little odd is that the power cord goes on the side of I mean, like, it's the side if you have your PLX in battle mode, right? But the power cord goes here and everything else is up here. And I'm just wondering about this, because, you know, if this is in a hard case being transported all the time and you leave your cables connected, this is always getting like some strain or so. I just don't know why would you put it here and not just put it up here? I guess it was an engineering thing. Maybe the motor was in the way and they had to put it off to the side. Little odd, just a little odd. On the rear of the PLX-CRSS12, you have your power switch, your USB-C, which I am highly embracing. I hope every single new controller coming out has USB-C. You have your ground signal, your ground cable connection, and your RCAs. So I think it's what you expect. But the main thing, if anything, is that USB-C connection. Make sure that when you pick this up that you have any adapters you might need if you don't have the newest MacBook. Now let's talk about this Magville clamp here in the middle. So as you can see, it sets a light, right? You can see the arrow, it's towards the light end of it. And what that does is that if this record is spinning, right, I'm gonna try to use the same force on it, right? It's just like a lot easier to pull back, right, and manipulate the record. It's just a lighter weight. And obviously when you turn to heavy, it's not so easy. It really makes it easy for you as a DJ to adjust how you want this record to feel without, you know, doing manipulation to your slip mat, putting wax paper, etc. So what else is there left to say about the Pioneer PLX-CRSS12? Man, I think it's perfect. I really think it's perfect. I mean, what else can you compare this to? What else is there that can do what this does? Right? This is the first of its kind. It is so refreshing. Amazing unit. I have nothing bad to say about this device, and other than the price point, actually, because it's a little expensive. It's $1,400 retail. It's a little expensive because you know you can't get one, you got to get two. So that's $2,800 right there. Then you got to get your mixer, right? I mean, I already got my S9. I want to get an S11, but in all fairness, for $1,400, you're not gonna think about it. You're gonna come home, you're gonna open this up, you're gonna plug it in, and you will never think about those dollars ever again, because you're just gonna be so damn impressed by how good this unit is. Thanks for watching. If you own them, you know, comment, let us know what you think in the comments, and happy DJing. Peace out.